Hey folks, Jonathan again. On my way to drop off a car and pick up a '49 Dodge Business Coupe. A friend of mine is in the junk business, and as most people know, the price of scrap's way down, so he was looking for some late model stuff to part out, and I've got quite a few, but this is a 2010 Ford Focus, got 60,000 miles on it. Good motor, good transmission, just beat up so bad that it wasn't fixable, but one of the ones where you pick up and the customer didn't have full coverage, so they gave me the title for it. So, but I've traded him this and a couple others for that '49 Business Coupe, and we're going to go pick it up, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get there. All right, folks, here's our old Dodge. Couple reasons that I really wanted this thing. Of course, you know, a two-door Business Coupe, they're not the prettiest car in the world, but they're not bad. But this car has got a title, and a good title, and that's something that's kind of hard to find around here. And North Carolina has made it to where it's really hard to get titles now. Ain't like it used to be. They don't even want to accept paperwork from Georgia and the other states that they used to. But like every car, this one's supposed to have a story to it, but you know, it's one of them deals where all of them have a story, but whether they're all true or not, you don't never know. But if you see, this thing's got overload. Well, it's jacked up. I ain't gonna say they're overload, but if you see, the springs are also been wrapped, and which actually strengthens them up quite a bit, makes them a lot stiffer, and someone done a pretty good job of doing it too. But and I want to show you the transmission in this thing. You see, it's got a big truck top loader 4-speed in it, and what I was told was this thing was actually a bootlegger car, and how much truth to it or not, I don't know, but it's a possibility. We're in the right part of the country for that. But it looks a little worse than it is. It's got some Bondo, but most of it's from dents down the sides, and so we're gonna get her loaded up, and this will be good for me, because like I said, I'm not in the scrap car business, so I don't mind getting rid of some cars that somebody can, especially a friend, can make a little money on. Still got the old T3 headlight, it's busted. Okay folks, made it home with the '49 Dodge. Wanted to maybe get your all's opinions on what you thought about this thing. And when I say opinions about the claims that was made of it being a bootlegger car. I know, you know, it's got plenty of trunk for it, that's for sure. That's one thumbs up. The springs are wrapped, and if you notice, they're wrapped back here with galvanized, and both sides. But the front side's actually wrapped with steel. Now I know they've done some of that from the factory, and I don't know if this is factory or not. I don't know why they would have used galvanized on one side and steel on the other, and I don't know why they'd have shackles sticking down like that. I mean, you would sort of be a magnet for the police if they, you know, seen them shackles hanging down. But now I did have wider rims and tires on the back, as you can see. This one here, I don't know, that might be like an 8-inch rim, and the front is a narrower, probably a 7-inch, or maybe a 6 and a 7 on the back or something. But he said that the other one was on the other side, and he had actually taken it off. He was going to put these Lincoln wheels on it, and then of course they got rid of the rim that was on it, which is kind of a bummer, because I'd love to have had it. Sort of a deep dish. I mean, we used to call them chrome reverse, but they hadn't been reversed. So, but anyway, that's one thing. And the other thing, I'm going to go back to the other side and show you up underneath. That transmission that's in it is definitely not a car transmission. If you can see that, and luckily the holes in the floorboard let some light through there. But that's a big Granny Gear 4-speed with a PTO cover on the side, so I guess we could put a winch on it. But that's definitely not stock, and I would assume out of a Dodge truck, I'm guessing. And air cleaner is not stock. I'd say that would have had or should have had an oil bath air cleaner on it, and don't quote me on that, I'm just guessing. I noticed that the bell housing, the mounts have been welded in and bolted in, and that's actually bolted in solid. You know, there's no give on that. And you know, I don't know whether this is a real engine or not. I don't see anything else on this engine. I know the mounts look, you know, stock at the front, but I don't see anything else on the engine that would, you know, make me think that it was anything performance put on it, that's for sure. And I guess, you know, back then it'd be okay to have a performance, you know, 6-cylinder. Wouldn't be an odd thing anyway. Looks like a pretty small 6. It's got D30 and then some numbers behind that. That's probably the, you know, what we need to find out what it is the D30. Of course the radiator's missing and there's some rust down in there. But what I'm debating on, let me show you one more time the top of that transmission. You notice they didn't have anything bolted on that, you know, floor, so it's never had a cover over it without, you know, unless maybe they had carpet or something laid over it. They didn't have a, you know, nothing bolted on it or screwed in, no floorboard. Gauges are pretty nice. Got the original radio, and there's my outside door handles. Got some nice air holes in the floor for getting rid of your beer cans, I think. A couple windows busted. It's just actually the only windows besides the white around the windows, just the 2 door windows are the only ones that are cracked up. Let me see. You can see part of the window coming out the bottom of the door. That's never a good thing. But not too bad of an old car. I mean, it can be put back together. You know, the best part about this car is having the title. You know, and that means a lot on an old car in North Carolina because titles are hard to get. You know, they don't even like using the bill of sale from like Georgia and such, where you know, no title state for cars that are 15 years or older. It's just hard to get anything. What I'm debating on, we're going to do another rat rod build in the spring, and this may or may not be what we use. What we're going to do, I'm going to get all the parts together and collect it up, and we're going to do this rat rod build a little bit different. At the end of the build, you know, one of the requirements to be involved in this is to be here all day. And now people can come in and build part of the time and without a problem, but to be involved in the raffle, then you got to work all day at it. But what we're going to do is, at the end of the day, somebody's going to end up with the rat rod, and I'm not going to be in the drawing. I'm going to go ahead and get everything together and everything ready, and you know, get the parts together, sort of like I did on the international truck. And then somebody's going to leave here with a rat rod or a hot rod or whatever you want to call it. I don't think, you know, we termed that other one's a rat rod, but you know, resto mod, whatever you want to call them. But this might make a good one. But we'll see. You know, the main thing, the title. That's, like I said, not something that you can get here in North Carolina very easy at all. And let's check out the trunk. I guess this would be where they'd haul the liquor, right? In just a second. Okay, what we got, let me see. Oh, there's a radiator surround. That means somebody probably junked it. And there's the bows for the headliner. A couple pieces of rubber trim in there. That goes around the back behind the window, I think. I think there's, yeah, one of them be missing, I'm sure. And a heater box, which I don't believe is out of this one because I think this one still had the heater box in it. It may be. Some blowers and odds and end parts. That's a plate. That's a small clutch. That's definitely not a rod bearing off of this thing. Nothing too good. Old fuel pump. Trunk's in good shape, surprisingly. I don't see any you know, there wasn't anything hidden compartment wise or anything. You know, they always said sometimes they would cut the gas tanks at the top and make a false floor and put them in, but you know, you get stories like that with a lot of things you get, and you know, whether they're true or not, you never know. But anyway, had some thin Bondo in it where it had some dents that, but it's just flaking off. It's not even very thick. Like I said, you know, the rust is really not that bad. These dents would probably be an issue to try to get straight, but as for the rust, there's just not a lot of it there. I mean, that could be cut out and put back in. So we're going to debate on what to do with this thing, whether we're going to turn it into our next build, or you know, see if I can get it running, or what we're going to do, and then we'll go from there. But let me know what you think on whether it's possible that this thing was a bootlegger car or not. I mean, the 4-speed transmission and such is, you know, I could see them doing that, but just don't know. I'm going to check that motor out and see what it is, and see if it's original or if something with a little bit more horsepower. You never know. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.